I just want to bring up a Oregonian poll that was done maybe 3 weeks ago here, and it has to do with the most important problem facing the region and Portland. And hands down, maybe 4 years ago in the cycle, it was homelessness. Hands down. People are saying homelessness, addiction. I think we have a graphic there. The interesting thing about this, and this is 600 voters again across the Tri-County, a third of them from Portland, is look, this was a few weeks ago. Homelessness, 33% say it's their most important issue, but that is down from 48% who said so last year. Poor leadership and government management, 19% say that is the most important issue. That is up from 15% who had it number one last year. And taxes, wow. So 3% last year said it was their most important issue. According to the survey against 600 voters, 11% said it's their most important issue. I feel like there is this nexus here, and Congressman, maybe you can speak to this too. So it's not just the tax, it's not just homelessness, it's not the taxes, it's not just the taxes, it's not just the leaders, it's where they all meet. I mean, 73% say the government's doing a poor job of spending tax dollars to address homelessness. 83% in Multnomah County say this. That trend is definitely getting worse, as Rebecca mentioned, in terms of the accountability aspect and people feeling like they're getting value for their dollar. What's your take?
I think absolutely the case. Part of the backstory, I think, on this transportation initiative is the news. The cost of the Columbia River crossing has ballooned.
The interstate bridge.
It's just unbelievable.
I have a hard time keeping track of the numbers. I think we're like $7 billion or something now.
But part of the problem is that it is focused around the gas tax. I spent a long time in Congress working to raise the federal gas tax. It hasn't been raised since 1993. But in the last 10 years, I concluded that's the wrong approach. The gas tax is limited in terms of taxing fossil fuel in a way that the public doesn't like. It is going down with more fuel-efficient vehicles. We need to shift, and Oregon was one of the leaders in mileage-based, but we're going to have to tax it differently. And I think it's time to just get rid of the gas tax.
I think the way they all converge, if I can jump in, is what you're describing is quality of life issues. And at certain times in people's lives, there are certain things that pop up higher. So when homelessness was really peaking in Oregon and people walk out of their doors every day, that's the struggle they face, that's quality of life. It's not just one issue. And that's been the struggle that I think our leadership has had in Oregon, is they want to solve one problem at a time. And what you're seeing in these polls, what you're seeing in the results tonight, are people who are struggling with finding the quality of life they want. And for some people, that's a tax increase. For 82% of Oregonians today, it's not. That's not it.
Especially considering everything when you come down to the federal level with the war in Iran and where gas prices are sitting and all of that. Sierra, it sort of has echoes to this conversation of, I think this was a Republican state senator a while back who had this, and a lot of people have said this, Oregon, great on ideas, bad on execution. So your thoughts, is that sentiment real? What has to happen amongst Oregon leaders at all levels, or county, city, state, and so on? What has to happen to address that accountability part? Because I get a sense that you're not getting what you'd like to see from them. And what is that piece? What does it look like?
We are great at ideas here in Oregon, and especially in Portland, and agreed, not great on execution. And I think it's out of a good impulse. We want to make sure everyone's included. We want to make sure that we do as well as we possibly can. But in that perfectionism, we lose the opportunity to launch and then iterate. Spoken as a true entrepreneur, I know. But we have to get better at having a mindset of just going, no matter what. Because while we are waiting, other states are surpassing us in results.